Ophiuchus, thank you for all of your love. I'm so excited that I get to do a bonus read for you guys this week. Since I'm already doing a kind of you-them sort of a reading for this week's forecast, I'm going to do your bonus of life, love, spirit, or soul and spirit. Life, love, soul, and spirit. Okay? So, those of you that are new, welcome. I'm an intuitive. Much of what you see here will not be traditional. For those of you returning, I appreciate you. There is no wig today because I was shamaning today, and I do not wig when I shaman. Okay, maybe I should. Maybe I need a special shaman wig, but I do not. Okay, don't forget to like on this video. It's a beautiful give back to help others find the messages. It's a beautiful energetic exchange. Okay. And it helps me know what resonates with you and what sort of readings you are enjoying, so that I'm always making sure that I'm really listening to the nudges, okay, of what you are looking for in your spiritual growth here. Okay, because it's all spiritual growth, let's be honest. All right, so let's see what's going on. All right, so life. Let's pull a little life here. Ophiuchus. For those of you that don't even know what Ophiuchus is, okay, Ophiuchus is the sign, the 13th zodiac, in between Scorpio and Sagittarius. Okay, so in between the death and birth, okay, rebirth. It is also what I have been shown as the sign that may resonate for those that are seeing themselves as starseeds, blue rays, okay, deeply on a deep intuitive path with a divine counterpart, okay? So love, oof. Okay, we're not going to take all of that, spirit, okay? We're not going to take those that were not flipped over properly, because that was a shit ton. So there may be a lot going on in love for you guys, okay? Soul, all right, thank you, and spirit, okay, thank you. Okay, on the bottom here, we have, all right, the sustainer. So I feel like some of you may be trying to heal like some old mindset patterns. You may be working through energies that just kind of getting by, sort of an energy. If you do Reiki, you may be being called to do some of that energy work on yourself, to clear yourself. Get in that shower, do a salt scrub, okay? Release yourself of negative energies, because they're really showing me that what you are doing is molding, okay, your future. There are some little dents in that head there, right? So you are molding your mindset, reconfiguring, okay, your mindset. And I feel like you may have been I'm almost feeling like this is with the last new moon. It almost is coming through as a wish, which is why I'm seeing the new moon as manifestation, right? Like you've been calling in something, all right? So let's go ahead and see. Okay, I love this. So life, okay, Thanatos. All right, this is about death. This is about ego death and accepting, okay, your new birth, and accepting the support and the guidance of those around you, breaking free from old patterns that are no longer serving you, old life energy that is no longer serving you. But there's also this energy I get of father spider that comes from this one. And this actually was the card that I pulled this morning for the day. Now, I always see mother spider, which is my animal spirit totem. Okay, but this is coming through me as father spider. Okay, so there is this, I almost feel like this cosmos sort of creation energy. Okay, and out of the darkness, okay, out of that gap, right, out of that void of course, there is new life that will be created. All right, love, the prayer. Some of you, they're singing to me, right? Wishing on a prayer. Someone needed to hear that. Okay, nothing like a good Bon Jovi sort of song, right? Good 80s and 90s rock. But it's coming out of this death. Okay, it's coming out of this ending will come a new beginning, because you can see there is a hand rising up out of this. But there's a lot of like energy, okay, around this. And you may feel almost like a little disoriented and like you can't quite reach. Okay, you can see there's something hidden behind this rock. You can't quite reach it. They're showing me that it is like almost like the new baby. Okay, they're showing me a pentacle. So it may be really this sort of Ace of Pentacles energy in love that's coming your way. Okay, for your soul, the Judge. That one's pretty straightforward, okay? You're not going to accept what your guides are telling you until you relinquish your power struggle, okay? Your control struggle, your inner critic. All right, and how Spirit is helping you is Spirit is like, I am bringing everything from the cosmos, from every direction, right? Creating this collective energy so that you can have this ending and rebirth. Okay, Anima Mundi, that is the last card in the deck. Like, you have really completed a cycle, but Spirit's like, dude, I am bringing it all in, okay? So let's dig a little deeper into these, okay? We're going to start with life, okay? All right, so what are you learning here, all right? Transformation. You are releasing an energy or cycle that you need to work through. I am walking through the fire of change and transformation, okay? Very, very beautiful energy right there. Okay, so what can you work on, right, in this energy transformation? On whom am I placing blame right now? Okay, a lot of times, most of the times, that blame we're placing is on ourselves. In truth, okay, a person who blames others has not begun their lesson. A person who blames themselves has begun their lesson. A person who blames no one has finished their lesson. Okay, so you're really being guided to change the tone of blame to lessons. Okay, take responsibility, right? Sometimes what we do is going to trigger consequences. They are about lessons, but they are also things that we have to be like, yeah, I take responsibility, okay? That's my consequence. I get it. All right, take responsibility. On whom are you placing blame right now? Today, free yourself by releasing all victimhood, blame, and resistance. They don't belong where you are going. Only love and courage live there. Make a choice to do it even if you don't feel ready. Listen to your heart and you will be led. So ego death, listen to your heart. Okay. Let's see here what else Spirit wants to say about this. Yeah, you're at the beginning. You have to be authentic. You have to be raw. You have to let your true soul self, okay, shine. And it's about turning your back, right, on the past and just walking forward, okay? This is a new beginning. You are in your power. You may feel a little impatient here, the Hermit in reverse, because you're not quite seeing that new world yet, but it's coming, okay? You're seeing symbolism, signs, you're feeling that power, okay, streaming in. So it's not all completely like unrealized, okay? You're just in this energy of, where is it? Why isn't it here now? Okay, I want it to be punctual. Timing is not punctual. Okay. Knight of Cups. What you are asking for is coming. Again, you may not see it. It is armored up. Some of that, right? The head is armored up. Some of that you can't see because you are still in ego. But it is coming forward. It just may be coming in, have to come in a little sideways so that you can let it through without being all guarded. We also here get the Page of Cups. Okay, beautiful energy. Okay, when you're ready to take that next step, right, then just go. Okay, it's gonna be fine. Some of you may actually be like finding that, and I love, okay, that they're showing me right now that this is kind of like a twig, a bunch of twigs. They're showing me twigs of on a kind of like on a boat, but they're kind of put together with rope, like the spider web. Okay, and you can see the shadow energy here, where they're like really reflect on this journey that you're going on. And this cup, I mean, this is your vitality. So what you put into this cup of self-love is going to be extremely important, okay, on your journey. So again, love, right? Okay, the prayer. What are you learning here? Okay, as you go through this rebirth, as you're seeking out this new start, there's, all right, ego death is simplistic and complex all at the same time. All right, you have obsessive thoughts tied to controlling emotional behaviors. I am reacting to intense emotions of fear and or rage. All right, that is the lizard brain. So what can you do, okay? What can you do to help yourself get through the lizard brain? Am I ready to let go of this buried shame? Okay, where are you creating shame? In my Micronutrient Happiness book, I talk about guilt, okay, and shame and blame and all of that at the very beginning of the book before I get into like all the geek nutrition and science. The feeling of shame is the lowest energy frequency there is. When you live in shame, you live in darkness. What part of you is ready to stand in the light? Is there any shame from a past experience that is ready to be healed? Heal the shame by giving it a name. Bring it to the light and let it be seen, heard, and healed. It's revival season. Replace the shame with your soul's truth. Fill in the blank. My soul's truth is. Okay. You also got Am I clear on what my soul really wants, right? If you're living in this shame energy, you may not even know what that rebirth looks like. Okay, take out the shoulds and the limitations, get out of your head and pay attention to your heart. Okay, if you listen, it is impossible to fail. Wherever you go, go with your pure heart. Ask yourself what it is that your soul really wants. What does your heart crave? Take one step in that direction. Okay, so let's see what else Spirit wants to say about this. Okay, disappointment is behind you. Okay, you may be afraid to step into that big ocean, to take this next step towards whatever you love, whatever this new beginning is for you. But all the cups that are spilled and that are empty, they're already behind you. Okay, I'm getting for someone, maybe you finally conquered your drinking problem, okay, or whatever addiction it was, and that's the shame, okay, but it's behind you. You've been dedicated, okay. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. You have worked to get through whatever it is that you have worked through. So now what does your soul want? Okay, because the Three of Cups being in reverse, I feel like there's some sort of a friendship or a, kindred connection that you are really refusing, okay, to be open to accept. And look on the bottom, right? There's a birthing that's about to take place. That's what this love is about. And so Spirit's really saying, how can you do that if you're living in shame, okay? Walk towards that which you want, seek, love, and desire. All right, Judgment, right? You are the one creating the freeze out. Someone needed to hear that. In your soul purpose right now. Like, you're blowing this horn, but it's not really coming out because your throat chakra is closed. Okay, Ten of Swords. You've been resting, you've been healing, you've been recovering, but you've got more work to do to authentically show up, to, be truthfully in your being, to let that veil fall. With the Six of Swords here, I do feel like you have a clarity that you haven't really put the emotions into your journey, or that you are afraid to emotionally connect with someone. And you've even put the sword through your boat so that if the water does come in, if the emotions show up, you're like, I'm going to show you that I will sink, because that's what I do. Okay, and that is the shame and the judgment really talking to you. Okay, the High Priestess, though, if you rise above this and you think about this from your higher self's viewpoint, okay, again, you realize it's all just lessons, and you've gone through the lessons, and you should be proud that you've made it through that, because that's, exceptional. Soul, okay, again, right? You are your worst critic here. You are generally the one who's going to stop yourself from your soul purpose. And you've got to find, okay, they're showing me the bowl of light. Okay, you've got to find which pebble is blocking your light right now so that you can release that and retrieve that part of your soul. Okay, so what are you learning here? Yeah, it's about the past is in the past. Okay, you're dealing with a repeating situation or soul from your past life. The key to my future lies in a return from my past. The past is the present. Okay, and that's where you're kind of getting yourself stuck. Okay, but you're molding that mindset. So what you can do is name all the things you love. Okay, are you one of them? I give myself all the love and attention I need. Okay, when we stop putting ourselves last and start putting ourselves first, we start thinking about ourselves the way we want others to think about us. And that's how you start drawing forward and attracting similar energies. Okay. So what else, Spirit? Yeah. Okay. Where are you learning the lessons that the past is always going to block you? Okay, because that's very old energies, but you're really holding them, and it's really got your like your energy flow, your electricity, like really out of whack here. Okay, you're going from the heart chakra to the crown chakra, back to the sacral, to the throat, to the the root, like everything's out of order. Okay, so how do you bring yourself then into balance with your soul, right? Spirit's sending you a shock to the system, a tower, a reset to your electrical system. Okay. Yeah. In a lot of ways, it is attracting, I feel like it's attracting the energy of higher self and body, okay, to come and face each other and come into connection. But there's also the energy of realizing that, you're not going to attract the love that you want and desire if you are not being the love that you want and desire. Okay. It's the same thing. You're not going to attract the job that you love and desire if you're not, energetically aligned to having a job that you love and desire. Okay. 5 of Swords. Again, this is very old energy, and you hold the answer. You hold the key. You've got the swords. Again, she's holding the 2 swords. In the 6 of Swords, there were 2 swords. You've made tough decisions, but you've made those tough decisions because it was the path forward, okay? Because it was where you needed to be at that time, okay? Yeah. All right. Again here, we've got this beautiful energy, 9 of Pentacles, right? You've worked. I feel like you've worked not only to bring yourself into balance, like this birthing is this new beginning, this Ace of Pentacles, right? This new shine on your life. Again, they're showing me a symbol of mine for friendship. So I do feel like, there is some sort of a friendship, maybe even with yourself, that's coming into play here. But again, you need to attract the balanced energies by being the balanced energies. And we've got the King of Pentacles, right? So whatever, and this is in the upright, so whatever you are, okay, going towards, especially if it is in career, like you're going into it as, like, I'm the one now. I've let go of the ego, but that doesn't mean I can't be in mastery. Like you're going into this next phase of your life by releasing this past energy, like you are growing into your mastery. All right. So we've got Anima Mundi. So Spirit is bringing it all together, okay, in order to help and support you with having what you need, letting go of what you don't need, having this birth. But you have to let Spirit do it, because the lesson you're learning is that control. You try to control things, okay? You are trying to control the current situation to protect yourself. I am not allowing the expansive emotions that you make me feel, okay? And that you could be you. All right, let's see what Spirit wants you to work on with that. From whom can I release my judgment right now? Okay, I feel like most of this is about yourself. Judgment closes our heart in truth and separates us from love. It binds us to our fear and holds us in shame. On whom are you placing judgment right now? Is it someone in your life? Is it yourself? Release the shackles, drop the expectations, and be grateful for what is. Today's soul action, right? When I lift the judgment from myself and others, I uncover my own truth. You become vulnerable in that naked authenticity. Okay, I am loved, I am whole, I am limitless, and so are they. You attract that like energy because you become that like energy. Okay, what else, Spirit? Yeah, look, Ace of Cups. I love myself enough that what I attract will be the same. Okay, I love myself enough to attract to me what will love me the same. Okay, Queen of Cups. I do not chase, okay, but I do authentically show my love, okay? I honor myself, right, and my expansive ability to create, to be stable. This is actually the Queen of Pentacles, okay? It's beautiful. It's this Neptune energy. And they're really showing me that, right, this creation comes from the crown chakra, but from being open to the cosmos, okay, and allowing yourself to tap into that, okay, because the bottom here is deception, right? You've deceived yourself into believing that you're needing to stay in the ego when you are a beautiful, expansive soul. Okay, what else? Nine of Cups, right? When you love yourself and you honor yourself, you attract everything you need and desire. Okay, life does not get any better. We've got the King of Wands, right? I feel like the King of Wands can be the most powerful card in the deck. Like, when the King of Wands is in this upright, there is this, like, they're showing me this, like, necklace. It's like, kind of like my shamanic necklace. It's like, it's a seed necklace. Okay. Can you see that? And so they're showing me that. And so they're showing me that this king, okay, has the power of not just, like, he's wearing this green and blue cloak. I have the power of my heart. I have the power of my voice. He's got this red belt, right? I've got the power of my fire. I control my fire. I have, okay, the medicine that I carry with me. I have the crown, so I have the power of my mind and my intuition. And I carry the staff. I am grounded in my movements forward, okay? And so there is a definite power, okay, that you are coming into in this balance. Okay, but Ace of Swords, realize that in reverse here, sometimes you may find yourself being afraid of all of this. And in that fear, you might reach for the past in a way to self-sabotage yourself, to harm yourself, to re-clarify to yourself that I'm not of this upper level, like I'm down here. Okay, be aware of that. Okay, where does that energy stem from? Okay, it'll come out a lot when you are overwhelmed, especially overwhelmed by too much social media. Okay, too much trying to create the perfect whatever it is at work, where you feel buried by technology. Spirit is saying, right, again, this king is in nature. Don't forget the power of nature to ground you, okay, to connect with you, and how much that offers you. All right. So let's see what the universe wants to share, and then we'll get an oracle message to close this out. What else, universe? Okay. Again, Six of Gardens. You don't see it yet, but the gift that is coming to you in this rebirth is going to be this amazing reciprocity, okay, of energy and abundance. Okay, so it's abundant floral and it's sunflowers. Okay, so a lot of happiness. Five of Swords. Okay, when you stand there looking at this overabundance of like what you can create, and this really aligns, if you did not watch your forecast, this really aligns with what came out there. Like when you're looking at everything you can create and the partnerships and the spirit guidance and the abundance and the beautiful everything around you, okay, don't go back into that old energy in the mind that wants to self-sabotage, okay, that doesn't want to believe that you are worthy of all of this. Yeah, Three of Cups, okay, Spirit has been slowly hurting you into this space to align with your soul tribe and to bring you out of this like desert energy into this beautiful, okay, emotional bliss with you and your shadow. I feel like, you know, you and your counterpart completely aligned. And honor that you're being guided to the right place. Okay. So let's close it off with an oracle. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, Pisces, okay? You do have everything that's coming towards you is divine. You have an awareness of this. The light is starting to shine through on this rebirth, but you got to break yourself out of that shell, okay? Out of that hermit's energy where you become so fearful that you're not going to take the step forward. The work for you is to get beyond this obstacle and be like, okay, I believe it. And once you believe it, you start to create it. All right? So I hope this helps you. I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful week. Thank you for all of the likes and loves. I hope you loved your bonus, and I will see you next time. All right? Bye.